What's going on guys, it's Unknown Player here, and in this video I'm going to be going through exactly how to get artifacts, and especially the ones that go up to 385. I'm sure if you're watching this video then you hit that awkward stage after 365 where your artifact is holding you back and you're wondering how to get new ones because they're very hard to come by. So I want to explain exactly how you get them, where from, and after I go through those methods I'll also have some very useful tips for you at the end of the video which you should definitely stick around for. It'll be some helpful advice to make sure you're leveling up as fast as possible and also the best ways. So what I would say is the most efficient and reliable way of getting an artifact is simply through grinding Eris Morn reputation. These of course will grant you Eris Morn packages, and within those the artifacts will drop up to 385. Now the way to rank up Eris Morn is simply to do Courts of Oryx and do them with friends. You can do it with the random people you'll see in the court as well. There are a ton of people in there right now trying to get artifacts, all trying to do the same thing, all trying to rank up Eris and get those packages. So hopefully you've got some antiquated runes and some blues saved up and you can pop those and just get a massive fire team and just grind it through Court of Oryx, and that get you a ton of rep. And even if you don't have any runes yourself, of course you still get the Eris Morn rep, even if you're just in the activity. Simply anyone in your fire team or not, any random, they'll still give you rep for just being in the activity and completing it with them. And the only thing you won't get is of course the loot from the chest, which of course doesn't matter anyway, that doesn't drop up to 385. The main thing you want here is the Eris Morn rep. So Court of Oryx gives you a massive amount of reputation, which is definitely very helpful. Now on top of that, there is also a very quick way to get a ton of Eris Morn rep, but it only happens once a week, and that is the Court of Oryx bounty, that red one that pops into your inventory every now and again. That can only be completed and earned once per week, but it does give you an absolute massive amount of reputation. They have 3 steps in them, and the first step will give you 250 rep, the next one will give you 500, and the third part will give you 750 reputation, which is absolutely massive, seeing as the antiquated tier 3 runes only give you 100 rep per completion. This bounty in total gives you 1500 rep, which depending on your Eris Morn level could be an entire rank or maybe 3/4 of a rank, but either way it's a huge help. And like I said, it only comes around once a week, so you can only complete it once a week unfortunately. But if you haven't done it yet, that is an easy way to get pretty much an entire Eris rank just by doing that 3-step bounty. In terms of getting the bounty, you simply just need to complete a phase of Court of Oryx and it should pop into your inventory if you haven't already gotten it that week, and it should just go there. If you got a free bounty slot, it should pop in there. Now while you're doing this, whether it's the bounty or just normal Court of Oryx with your friends or random people, you should also make sure that while you're doing this you have a ghost shell on that gives you worm spore for looting engrams in the dreadnought. This is going to be a massive help, mainly for the worm spore part. Every time you pick over one of those green or blue engrams, it's going to give you 1 or 2 worm spore, and that can also be traded to Eris for more Eris reputation. So it goes around full circle. While you're doing the Court of Oryx and getting that bounty, you can also be collecting a ton of worm spore at the same time. So those are a lot of methods to get some good reputation with Eris, and that'll get you a package which can drop you a high level artifact, which will always drop above your light level. So what I would believe to be the second most effective way is to simply use skeleton keys on chests. Those also have a way to drop artifacts from the chest when you open them, in addition to that strike specific loot item, but they're about 50-50 chance. It is down to RNG. Of course you need to get the key in the first place, which can be a little tricky to get, and then when you open the chest it isn't guaranteed, and the odds appear to be about 50-50, so it is quite a gamble. I was actually grinding strikes about 2 hours before the Wrath of the Machine raid launch, and I used both of my keys on 2 different chests, and neither of them dropped me artifacts. The night before when I opened a chest, they did drop me artifacts, but when I needed the most, literally 2 hours before the raid, they didn't, and I could have been about 380 for the raid if they both gave me artifacts, but unfortunately it is down to RNG, so skeleton keys is a good way, but of course it is a gamble. Now there's also another way to get artifacts, and that is from the raid itself, the Wrath of the Machine. I'll save this till last. I realize most of you are probably watching this video to get ready for the raid. If you are high enough light level and you can get into it, then you can actually get the artifacts from the Siege Engine or the Death Zamboni, and also both stages of Axis as well. Those do drop artifacts, so those are your methods of getting them. Now some quick tips about the artifacts in general. Always make sure that you have your artifact as high as possible and it isn't holding you back when you're opening your packages and going through your loot in general. If you've saved up some materials that you're going to trade for faction packages or some exotic engrams, always make sure that all of your gear is exactly evenly leveled. Don't have an artifact or a ghost shell holding you back, because it will hold the gear that you get back as well. And if you get to one of those frustrating times where everything is dropping around the same light level or maybe even lower, and you're wondering why that is, it's because something in your gear is holding you back. Have a look through, see what it is, and then if it's an armor piece or weapon or something simple, you can get that easily. But if it's an artifact, and that is where you use the methods in this video to get a new one. So make sure you wait until you get an artifact from one of the methods I've listed in this video before ranking up all your packages and getting a bunch of engrams and opening them, because the artifact is the main thing that really holds you back in Rise of Iron. Everything else is easy. Armor and weapons you can just get from faction packages, so they're pretty simple, to be honest. The class item and ghosts are slightly more difficult, but you can get them from packages. The artifact is the main thing that will hold you back. So every now and again, when you do get a new one that is up to scratch with your current gear, that is when you move forward, and that's when you just open all your packages, all your engrams, and that's how you jump up like 3 or 4 levels easily. And then again, you'll be waiting for another artifact, and that's how you rank up fast in Rise of Iron. So hopefully this video has helped you and shown you all the methods, and if it has, then a like rating would be much appreciated. Comment down below your thoughts on how you're getting on with your artifact grinding, and of course subscribe so you don't miss out on my future uploads. Got a lot more videos coming out very shortly. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.